Don Prince Sampe, this goes to my beloved Kalu families. May the soul of our beloved father and mother rest in perfect peace. Biafra were bia. Mama. Always magnifique. Ezibonde. Sampe. Akwa lele kamna kwa o. Akwa lele kamna kwa o. IPOB nibe Biafra nile nibe ewu okulu senaba ewu ife manyo amamnamna ewo amamna nyamiri alige bende mama garu ana Yezinedima ne marobumo ya Ugeze Salomi memu kukano Ni wandi nobi Nola nile Mama Biafra Obokisirina Onwu gị juru manya o Onwu gị juru manya o Afọ mụlụ odogwu ọkwa na 21st October ka m nụrụ ka isi na 30th of August ka ị nwụrụ na Germany maka na-ekwu ka a na-ekwu a na-asị ka a na-asị o ife m nụkwara ọzọ bụ na papa anyị anwụọla ezi Izrel anwụọla okwu adịghị Igbo mma anwụọla Omudo Royal Majesty anwụọla egwu ukwana egwu ukwana egwu ukwana egwu ukutu ana Ezibonna Sampe amamna nyamiriga mama daruwa Papa mama obukunu sena Mazinna ndekanulo onebakwa Papa mama obukunu sena I can't imagine what you must be feeling right now Mazi I want you to know that we are just a phone call Mazi kanu takanu kinsili nebakwa na mama mwana Ewo mama obuki Sirina, Princess Nena Kate Kabalani, Onibakwa, Prince Emmanuel, fine boy, Kanu, Onibakwa, Princess Chinwe Godwin, divine mother, Onibakwa, Mazuche Mofo Nibakwa, Abukunu Sirije, Stephen Daisy Kabalani, Onibakwa, Prophet Yahweh's young, Onibakwa, Mrs. Jasia, Mama Biafra, Onibakwa, Nemaka Chibudo Kanu, Onibakwa, David Kelechi Kanu, Onibakwa, Adugo Rebecca Nebe, Ugonna Dedi Nebe, Mama, Oki Sirina, Papa Oki Sirina. I am honored and blessed to have known you, Mama. Sampe, Amamnamba, Amamnanyamiri, Anyamiri, Mama Bero, Amamnamba, Mama Bero, Nenemo, Mama Belo, His Royal Highness is there. Odogu, 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 Ija, Anje, Ido, Iba.
Yes, once again, we cannot just walk away from our encounter. We will continue to escort them, the king and the queen. We will continue to remember them. And so shall every man and woman who can identify their debt to the issue of Biafra. They can never be forgotten. I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uchuka Fomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uchuka Fomefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one truth most of us will not be able to apprehend. We cannot handle it. But never mind, one day we will come to appreciate the mindset behind those words. Mazi Uchuka Fomefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, the king of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafra nation for almost 60 years. He is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Okukano remained the one and the only man that command the loyalty of the Biafran people across the globe. By the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, he is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. And I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. As always, I cannot proceed until I acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kikabiama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. The one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For in the end, we would have been gone as a people if he is not the one who has been watching over us. Men have concluded their plan. Decisive action have been taken to obliterate us from the face of the planet Earth, but we are still here. Believe me, it's not a coincidence. It is a miracle, and we believe in one. We continue to acknowledge the Creator, because in the end, he is all that we have. And in my humble way this evening, I will simply say, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Elohim and Adonai. Age to age was still the same. By the power of your words, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Elohim and Adonai. Lord, I praise and lift you high. El Shaddai. Imeturu mo biebere o mgbe adịghị ike chọma mo. Igosiri mo biebere mgbe adịghị ike o. Ụwa nọ n'ime ya o. Agaghị m arapụ gị, agaghị m arapụ ya o, n'ihi na ọ bụ onye nwe m ihe sụwa ya mee. Chukwu Kikabiama bụ onye nwe anyị. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu na-ebu sọ mma ịhụnanya na gị. Obiọma gị o juru anyị anya dadị o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. Were osisi kpọ nkụ n'ọda ahụrị ndụ abụrụ. Chukwu na-arị eluigwe yi ume ojii menine ndị enyere anyị reche n'osisi kpọ nkụ n'ọbụrụ n'ọda ka na hụrị ndụ abụrụ. Maka na onwe onye ka ekwu ihe ọlọ ghafe elesi n'iyukwe. Onwe ni kwenyali siru obu agwakọ hiwere hie kwenyali si Chukwu na onye ebere ihu bi eluigwe lale. Omeni ekwiri na onwe n'ihe ekime. Ogali anyị bịa anyị ebugheni ekpe ekele. Maka na yosisa onye obi eri ọcha. Yosisa onye omeni echiche reche na anyị wo. Ochiche anyị kejere ndụ. Ihe alechari ratụ ntụ. Yosisa onye ekwesokwu. Ka ni yele hia hwe karịa atụ ntụ. Iwu Chukwu. Ibu Chukwu ibu gị mmadụ e. Ibu Chukwu ibu gị mmadụ e. Agbanwe o. Ibu Chukwu obi n'igwe. Ibu Chimehie. Ibu Chukwu ibu gị mmadụ e. Because of Nigeria, pastors are lying. Because of Nigeria, Ogomo are lying. Because of Nigeria, Muslims are lying. Because of Nigeria, politicians are lying. Because of Nigeria, international community are lying. Because of Nigeria, so-called world power, everybody is lying because of Nigeria. Only God refused to lie. And the word and the truth is said is that Biafra must come to pass. And every man must be proven liar, for God alone is true. But you won't understand anyway. Without wasting much of our time this evening, still in the spirit or in the mood of mourning, we still mourning our king and our queen, the parents of our leader, Mazen and Yokukano. We're still escorting them, but not forgetting them anyway. Of course, we can never forget about them. And having said so, we will move ahead to our topic this evening. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. One day you will come to appreciate your ancestors. I have studied the angel. I have searched the face of the gods, and I can see there is none of them as holy as our ancestors. You won't understand this thing until you begin to see the dirty corner of all these people who told you they are angel. They can't keep manifesting as the angel of light, but in the end, you will see these are the children of Satan. Our crime is that God chooses to love us above all other, and we will not apologize for this. We have prepared our mind to bear this pain. We will carry this burden, for in the end, God alone shall be praised. Back to your root. Back to your root. Back to your root. Go back and find out what your ancestors did, how they did what they did, and the mindset behind their action. It's unbelievable. We were properly indoctrinated to believe that our ancestors is evil. We were properly indoctrinated to believe that the color of our skin is evil. If you are listening to me now as a Homo sapien, it doesn't matter whose descendant you are, whether as evolutionary, your ancestors come from pig or chimpanzee. I don't care the color you belong to. But as you are listening to this radio, look at yourself and be very proud of yourself that you have to demonize everything about the black man. You feel good about it, right? All of you who have conspired against the black, sit back and feel good. Pour champagne. For your evil will catch up with you. It's just a matter of time. We are in the darkness that moves amongst the light. If somebody can say Satan is black, and I'm a black man, I'm Satan. If everything that related to me as a man is bad, because somebody wanted to be so, but believe me, in my heart at heart, I know I'm an angel, and I don't need your approval. But we have believed on this life for so long. Believing your ancestors is bad is the same way as believing that you are in Nigeria. You are hallucinating. You are ignorant, you are naive, and you don't have sense. If you believe your ancestors is evil, that is why you believe you are in Nigeria. Anybody who can tell you I'm in Nigeria must be ignorant. They must be naive, and I can tell you they don't have sense. Nobody is in Nigeria. In the same way, our ancestors are not bad. But of course, on this segment, our topic still remain on the same series. Our topic still remain some of the ancestral way of induction compared to the Western ways of indoctrination. It's just two simple things. Our ancestors made sure that we are properly inducted. But the colonial master makes sure that we are indoctrinated. And now don't let the English deceive you. Because when you talk about induction or indoctrination, they look as if they are the same, but they are not. They are not the same thing. Induction is to enable you to remain who you are and surviving in a new environment you know nothing about. In other words, when you were born into your community, you know nothing about the world. I have to become patient with children when I understand that every mistake a child makes is not deliberate. They just found themselves in a new environment, in a new world. They know nothing about the world. So at every given time, they are trying to fix themselves up. And that is why you see baby, they pick cream, they empty a whole powder on the floor, they urinate on the mattresses, they do all manner of things. It's not deliberate. They don't understand the environment. They're trying to fix up, fix in, rather. But with time, they get used to it. With time, they understand how things work. And that is how we got here. But there are people who are still adults, but they're still making them feel they are children. That is indoctrination. Today, I see people who are 40 years. They are still asking their father, Daddy, give me pocket money. It doesn't matter who your father is. If Buhari's son can still be going to Buhari for pocket money in a time like this, if Okowa's son can still going to Okowa at the age of 40 for pocket money, then Okowa is a failure. If Obasanjo children are still calling their father for pocket money at the age of 40 or 30, then Obasanjo is a failure. Because all these criminals are called now, all of them at the age of 25, 30, they were ruling a nation. They were ruling a country. And so the modern day we find ourselves, they indoctrinate us. They do not induct us. They want you to remain beggar. That is why almost all of you, your youth president in your community is 70 years. But they don't have sense. When they want to come to youth meeting, they will shave themselves. That is why almost all the footballers, those who are 50 years are playing under 13. The world lie in wickedness. Only those who are indoctrinated believe all things. That is why every pastor is in Nigeria doing miracle, but they are running from China. Why can't it be Joshua? All these 419 pastors, why don't you people go to China and help China? China need help. Coronavirus need help. Because if you come to Nigeria, all of you will run, although you have private jets. There's going to be hate speech anyway. All those audio miracles, all of you who have anointing to destroy Iran, go to China. They need you there. You see, China want to start killing those victims. Doctors are running. This is time to show miracle. But you have been properly indoctrinated. You are still there. Your prayer can't even pursue Boko Haram. And you think it will stop IPOB. You are hallucinating. You have been properly indoctrinated by the colonial terrorists. That is your problem. But we are here to make sure you see the truth and save yourself. Nobody's going to deceive anybody now. Nobody. On the other side, indoctrination simply means somebody takes your life from you and tell you how to live. They take your life from you and reprogram you. And so the life you live may look as if it's your own, but it's no longer yours. When you see people say, oh, we the people of Nigeria, we the amalgamation of Nigeria. Who is in Nigeria? You were properly programmed to exhibit the very level of stupidity we see in you. But having said that, we need to go back home, find out where all this nonsense started, and then maybe God will be merciful for us, and then we can save the next generation of Biafra. Let me tell you, in the days of the assassins, in the days of the Medians and the Persians, the Greeks and the Babylonians, in the days of the Roman, in those days where men fought war, bare hand to bare hand, till tomorrow morning, if America will rise up to crush any nation, if China or Japan will rise to crush any nation, if Europe will rise to crush any nation, if Germany will rise to crush any nation, they boast with one single word. They will tell you, we will blot out your memory from the face of the planet Earth. The greatest attack, the greatest thing they want to do is to blot out the memory of your ancestors. Why are they threatening about this memory? When the Grecians invade Sparta, they said to them, we will blot out the memory of your ancestors from the face of this planet Earth, and it will wish they never existed. It will look as if they never existed. A deed to the black. Today you don't even know who you are. You don't simply know anything. But believe me, everything that has been hidden from us is coming to the light gradually because they failed to finish the job. They did that to Biafrans. When you see Biafran, you're telling Ishekiri, man, you are a Biafran. Ishekiri is saying, oh, I'm a Yoruba, oh, we are Yoruba, hey, we have Olu. But Ishekiri cannot reason and understand that Olu is not there. Olu is just a way of conquer name. Ishekiri will not understand. Ishekiri is supposed to be telling us the banana of Ishekiri. But of course, Yoruba are winning 10%. They want to collect some percentage. But at least on Moteko, I wonder why Yoruba did not carry Ishekiri along. Yoruba don't pretend when it comes to their culture and tradition. I give that to them. And I swear to you, if Ishekiri was in Yoruba, they will take Yoruba. Forget about Kwara. They will take Kwara. This is one thing Fulani should be ready for. When it comes to culture and tradition, I say, Yoruba, don't play with it. And so if you are there saying, oh, we are Westerner, Yoruba did not take you along for Moteko. That gives you sense. Nigerians were able to wipe out our memory. Somebody's name is Chile. Chile is not Igbo. This is how bad it can be. Wipe out the memory of everything. Rewrite your history. They rewrite your history completely. That's the way you don't know who your father is. How exactly are you going to know what the problem is? And so do not think when we say back to your root, it's about coming to do some home video, like some people do. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Not all those kind of shenanigan things you are putting on. The knowledge you have is the power you possess. Gone are those days they say, oh, don't say it, oh, don't do it, oh, don't do this. No. We know who we are. And so we walk in power, we walk in miracle, because we know who we are. Make no mistake about that. But of course, we want you to understand, and so you can go for your right. Though somebody who do not understand what Biafra is cannot fight for Biafra. I see people, and when you talk about Biafra, they say, what is even Biafra? I don't blame you. The other will say, this Biafra of a thing. I don't blame you, because you are ignorant. You are naive. Those people want to answer Biafra. If America can change their name to Biafra, they will change it. If Portugal can change their name to Biafra, they will change it. For one day you will understand that there is a name given unto man. There is a name given unto man. That at the mention of that name, everyone in heaven and in earth, they will bow. I'm not talking about Jesus. Because that was not the name Jesus mentioned in heaven. He was not even called Jesus in the Jewish Bible. He was referred to as Emmanuel, and not E-M-O-M-O-A, but I-M-M-A, among others. But let's not go there anyway. And so our ancestors made sure they teach us the length and the breadth of our land, our community, and everything we must know. And God warned Moses when they left Egypt. He said, every law and ordinance I have shown to you, make sure you teach your children and your children after that. Write it on a pole so that those who are running can read it. Write it on your doorstep. Today, who is teaching you your culture? All your pastors now are prayer warrior. The only thing they can do is to destroy Sharon. But they can't do anything. They can't manufacture pencil. They are busy destroying Sharon in the era. May the Lord have mercy upon all of you. Our ancestors taught us many things. We started by looking at when you are born. They teach you how to eat, what to eat, in order to remain healthy. And then when you are of age, they teach you how to communicate in order to be able to fit into the community. And we said the moment you can communicate, they teach you how to dress, because it is time for you to face the rest of the world. They expect you to stand before the European looking like a black man, a Biafran that you are. Not putting on monkey suit. You think Britain don't know what they are doing? They came in here and gave you wig like a lawyer. You are a lawyer, they gave you wig. You look like a baboon inside the wig. And how many years Britain is gone? You are still putting on the same wig, going to court. You want me to respect you? This is an insult to the black race. Any black lawyer putting on wig, you are not complete. You are not learned. You are just educated. You are not learned. Don't give that to yourself. They just taught you, yes, you have to do like this. Court, you now hit hammer. Ahu. Why won't a Sharia man control you in a judicial setting in the case of Nigeria? Somebody who didn't go to law school. All he knows is that according to British government, just wear wig, you are a lawyer. Have you tried to question, why are you wearing wig? I'm happy for Sharia people. Boko Haram is doing a very good job. Very soon now, they will be wearing masquerade inside your judicial system. And that is when they will be able to bomb all the National Assembly very well. Because they will put it into Sharia law. Allah wants us to wear masquerade and come to the hallowed chamber. And then they wear one person suicide bomber because you can't even differentiate a male from a female. And then they blow all of you up. We would have long gone by then. They know it is time for you to come before the world, then they teach you how to dress. And the moment they know you know how to dress, which you have studied, they show you the boundary of your community. There are certain things that are your responsibility as a Biafran father. Do not neglect it. You must show your children where they come from. See it as your greatest achievement. You must show your children where they come from. See it as the greatest achievement of your life. For you would have failed your ancestors if your children know nothing about who you are. They will be toasted like trash before the wind, to and fro across the globe. And they will be forgotten. They will be gone. And it will look as if you never lived. They said that the Europeans or the Americans, they live for their name, not for the dollar. But we live for the paper, the dollar, the pounds, not for the name. That is why if Nyanwodo know that he will be the last person to bear that name, by now he would have changed his way. That is why when Buhari will know that he will be the last person bearing Buhari, he would have changed his way. But you won't believe me. There was a man known as Ifajona. He was supposed to be a celebrated black man, the first black man to win almost 5 gold medals in one Olympic game. Most of you don't know who Ifajona is. He was supposed to be in the Guinness Book of Record, but nobody can even answer his name. I swear to you, if you want to know how bad his crime is, call your son Ifajona, and everybody will run for him. Nobody will come to that naming ceremony because they will know you are evil. They will know you are evil because it becomes a sin. Show your children where they come from. Our ancestors made sure these things happen. And having checked all this area we have considered, we will move ahead to some of the areas they induct us. They want us to know about that. Having shown you your community boundary, they introduce you into a procedure on how to become successful man and woman. The moment your parents have shown you the boundary of your community as a man, the next thing they do is they teach you how to be successful. It's part of our culture and tradition. Our father teach their children how to be successful. Men and women. Our ancestors teach their sons and daughters how to be successful. The mother will call the women will call the son. The father responsibility is to train the son, and the mother responsibility is to train the daughter. They teach you how to be prosperous. It's not in other culture and tradition, but it is in our culture and tradition. And that is why almost every first son ended up in the same trade with their father, or they are better than their father. Ojukwu father was the richest man in Africa in his time. Dim Chukwuemeka father is the richest man in Africa in his time. But he knew he had to empower his son to be greater than him. No little wonder you don't know the name of Ojukwu father. But every Dick and Harry know the name of Ojukwu. That is how it's supposed to be. And if Ojukwu's son understand his culture and tradition, his name is supposed to blow trumpet more than that of his father, because he will look for a way to be greater than his father. I do not step into my father's shoe. It will be too small for me. My father said, no, you can't step into my shoe. You need to make a bigger shoe. A bigger shoe that will swallow my own, and you have your own footprint. Men should be able to know that I end here and you continue from there. This is what our father taught us. And so you sit down. They begin to direct you on how to prosper. In those days as a child, they examine us. We go to school, they check our books, whether we pass or not. We go to farm, they examine us. Let me tell you how meticulous these people are. In those days, my family don't farm anyway. Not because we are better than farmer, because we were living in the town. But every holiday, they take us to the farm. My parents go to the village to make farm. Not because that is their source of livelihood. Not because that is their profession. But because they want us to know how to farm. And there are things they do. When we get to farm, they will give me corn. They will say, you plant on this side. They will say, you plant on the other side. You plant on the other side. My parents know who plant each corn. And I noticed that there are hands that make fruit grow. There is one of my brother. If he plant corn, all of them will not, there will be no maize inside. All the corn will be half, jaga jaga. We call it ezofuru. Open teeth, the whole corn. But there are others, when they plant corn, the corn will be very big. Next year, you will be the one they ask to plant corn because you are anointed to plant corn. Our ancestors know this. They would say, you plant yam. They do this experiment over time. That is why you have somebody known as Obuji. Obuji, give him all the whole rotten yam in the village. As far as he's anointed by the Creator, if he touch that yam, in fact, when he comes for yam harvest, everybody give him gap. That is his calling. Somebody like that don't need to begin to do motor spare parts dealer. Somebody like that is not supposed to begin to do buying and selling. Somebody like that is supposed to be in the village doing farm. Our ancestors know all these things. Today, a lot of you, with the anointing to become Obuji, you are now Keke na Pepe driver. But you don't know. Most of our parents lose all these things. We are following the trade. Our parents will sit us down. I'm talking of my family, for instance. My father will ask me, what do you want to be in future? I remember I would always tell him, Daddy, I know no book. I know no book. Book no degree enter my head. And my father will say, book no degree enter your head. Then I go break your head and put the book. And people do not understand. I don't know what they taught me from primary 1 to class 1 in the secondary school. I don't know. I don't know. I'm such a dummy. I don't know anything. But I am the first son, and my father cannot take it. He taught me to be successful. They don't check my report card, because the moment they come, my father will say, when they check everybody's report card, they say, you don't worry, don't worry. He said that you come out first or second, if they turn the result upside down. And that is my position. Now me, they come out first and second, if you turn the result upside down. Do you know what it means? I come out 42 out of 43. So if you turn it upside down, I may be second. They have beaten me. They have done everything. Their duty is to make me become somebody. But my brain no fi carry book. They know this. But my father say, you will continue going to school until, let's just see. My only job is going to school. They are the one paying the school fees. So I start going to school until I get to a stage. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But my life changed. My life changed. I can assure you that in my class, till I leave school, you don't drag with me first position. You don't. It's amazing. I really can't explain. But I did work hard anyway. But my parents guided me. And so today, I must tell you, if you have your children are not doing well in school, don't write them down. Oh, you both know this thing. That is why they don't fail their children. Oh, you both school don't say you are wrong. Rather, they tell you this is not how to solve that problem. Creating opportunity for you to know more instead of losing. Oh, you both hardly call their children dull brain. They don't say those things. Because those children, you think they don't have sense, they are not educated, they are slow in learning. You never know. Their brain is too heavy. You can't plant yam and corn and expect them to do the same thing. Some of them, their brain is meant to carry atomic bomb. And the foundation has to be dried before God will upload it. There are certain things that is in our brain. If God release it, it will blow computer. If you download it into some system, it will crash. So don't tamper with it. Our Father knows this truth. But you don't know. Some of you will put your children in the school. They will read from morning, from class, they go to lesson. From lesson, everywhere book. Yet they don't know book. Do you know more than 90% graduate from Nigeria University can't even spell their name? Can't even write a complete essay? But having said that, our parents teach us how to prosper. They teach you how to fight. Believe me, I don't know about your father, but it's like my father taught me everything practically. Just very little time. It didn't take much time. He need me to know I have to fend for myself. And I have to defend my brothers. I have to be more successful than him. It's not compulsory, but I must desire it. And the same thing was taught by my sisters. Everybody was properly, we were taught how to succeed. It's in our DNA. Today, what are you teaching your children? How to be a politician and rob. What about the era, the time where robbing will not be profitable as it is in today in Nigeria? Don't you know, because Nigeria is a hopeless state, that is why politicians are making money. The Biafra we are looking for. If you are not there to serve your fatherland, you won't even contest for governorship, not to talk, councillor, not to talk of governor. Today, everybody, oh, you want to be as of second, they are killing us because of second tenure. You think we are going to build a Biafra where you are going to kill your brother for second tenure? It's a lie. Only those who have a heart to sacrifice for their nation will come out for election. I will be councillor, I will be chairman. You think it's a Nigeria? There will be a team of musketeer or JC1 or whatever name you call them, crusader, we will be monitoring you. No idiot there. You will redeem accountability. You will serve with all your strength and all your might, with all your heart. Your interest and your desire will be for your nation to prosper above every other. You think it's this Nigeria we are talking about? Where you go as a councillor after 4 years, if you cannot build a duplex and buy half of the community, they start mocking you. Oh boy, you fuck up. Oh boy, you fuck up. Are you telling me you're a councillor for 4 years and you can't buy half of your community? Not in Biafra land. Not in Biafra land, where Buhari is chasing on he didn't declare asset. But Buhari did not declare asset. He never gave account of any office he handled. Not in Biafra land. I wouldn't digress further anyway. Our father taught us to prosper. That is why we prosper. Because at the end of the day, each and every one of us was settled by our father. I remember, for instance, using my home or my community to cite example. I know it happened in many communities. They will line all of us up at a particular stage when they know we are mature enough to take decision. I know many members of my family who said, I will not go to school again. And they know they can't make it. Some of them ended being mechanic, others sell chemist, and so on and so forth. Some become tailor, others carpenter, and they're all doing well. But my parents has to make sure that they were mature enough, responsible to take decision for themselves. Some will say they want to travel overseas. I remember when I left secondary school, there is nothing I wanted more than to travel overseas. I did everything I can, but there was something that didn't want me to be there. There was something I can't place it. No matter what they did, it didn't work. There is no game I did not play, no wayo I did not do my parents to travel overseas. It didn't work, but I have to accept it. But today, anywhere I want to go in the world, by the grace of God, by the virtue of IPOB, I will enter there without sweat. Believe me. But I don't need it now. I don't need it. It doesn't move me. Because there is something we see here in Biafra land. If you see it, you will know why Britain want to create more closer tie with Nigeria. Britain know that Nigeria is evil because they created the evil. For them to be doing closer tie and Fulani want to kill us and take over our land, it's because you have not seen what is in our land. In 49 years, there will be no oil in Biafra land again. Have it at the back of your mind. In 49 years. But yet Britain will not let us be, because there is that which make money insufficient here in Biafra land. And today, how many of you teach your children to be prosperous? How many of you teach them to walk with integrity, dignity, to become men and women of honor in the future? How many of you teach your children about integrity? You don't know you have to teach them. You leave them for your pastor. But your pastors, or most especially the majority of the Nigerian pastors, they are 419. Or you leave them for teachers in the school. Who taught your teachers? There are vacuum in your children's life that nobody can fill, only you. And when you do that job, that is when God act and prosper you. That is why the Bible says, train up a child in that way he should go, and when he is old, he cannot depart from it. He didn't say, let your pastor train up your child. He didn't say, let your teacher train up your child. Our fathers, ancestors knew this truth even before they saw the first Bible. Are you still there? This is induction. They train us to succeed. They train us to fight. They train us to stand our ground. As far as what we are doing is right, they ask us to push on in the end. For in the end, every knee will bow. As a youth, I find it difficult, very hard to stand on my own. But I made it at a point of duty never to disturb my parents. They never knew I had a tough life. Standing all by myself. I have to struggle. But I prefer struggling and coming home and looking good, and yet all is not well because I'm inside the well. I have to fend for myself because they taught me to be strong. I got to a stage, my father called me and said, my son, if the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the wall. If the world turned its back on you, my son, turn your back on the wall. It is as simple as that. But most of these people are weak. They are not muscular. They don't have power. But the power they have, they possess, is within them. That is today. The true Biafran spirit cannot be crushed. People don't understand something. As we are now, if you are a pure Biafran breed in IPOB, if our leaders say, march now, you will understand what we mean. There is no room for fear. No room for weakness, because we have been baptized in the spirit of Biafra. It really doesn't matter. And then they teach you how to survive. We go to the next level of indoctrination. You are introduced into the process of becoming a successful family head as well as community leader. They teach you how to prosper on your own. Let me go back a little bit. Almost all the tribe in Biafra land are after a Biafran woman, Igbo woman to be precise. Everybody want to marry Igbo girl. An Igbo girl, no. Some of them are thinking they are slave queen now, slave king. I'm talking about those women of 1929. I'm talking about the real Igbo mother. Give them money for a cup of garri. They give you one bag of garri. Let me tell you something. Check your father or go to your grandfather. You will see that 90% of all of us from our grandfather backward married up to 20 wives, have up to 100 children, and all of them never got hungry one day. They were doing well because you do not know the power of a woman. It is when the basic principle we are missing. That is when you begin to see, look at all of you marrying one wife. If you just have girlfriend now, your wife will stab you to death or pour hot water on your bed. And you think it's civilization. We will come to that later. Is it not trending now in Nigeria? You will just see girlfriend. Your wife will now come and kill you at night. And they come on social media and boast. This is because you have abandoned the way of your ancestors. And if you don't go back, they will cut more of your brokers. And more of your women will pour hot water on you. Because you have abandoned the way of your ancestors. They teach the women to be hardworking. Not what you have now. You drop 500 naira for your wife and say, make a pot of soup. He will look at you. He said, I will buy okra 40 naira, and then I buy this one, I buy this one. He can't even buy anything. That is not a Biafran woman. I can tell you, no matter how hard Nigeria is, you can make a pot of soup with 200 naira. And a visitor will eat it and lick hand. Don't deceive yourself. Except you were not trained by your mother. Believe me. When you come back home and you tell your wife, things are hard. Of course she knows. And say, what do we eat? He said, there is no food at home. We say, I have only 200. And then your wife say, how can we manage it now? But a true woman will say, don't worry, I know what to do. You say, my husband, go and rest. She will go and then go to some bush, get some scent leaf, get some, and prepare a food. And that is when you know that all those soup they make sharp is sweeter than all those soup they put ajinomoto. My mother call it pakpakpa. We were born and brought up at home. They didn't bring us to our home. My mother called those kind of food pakpakpa, sharp. It does not mean that every day will be bad. But someday it has to be that way. They teach us how to survive. Do you know my children don't know the difference between fried rice and chicken peripe and chicken toreto? I come back at times and I see my son is crying. I said, what is it? He said, Mommy don't want me to soak gare. I said, Mommy don't want you to soak gare. Mommy, why are you this wicked? You want to soak gare? They now put gare. The child will soak gare and sleep. That is because they don't know that some children, if you give them gare to soak now, they will start crying. They think you are punishing them because you have shown superiority over food. It really doesn't matter when you have a real mother. Our father teach their children how to survive. They teach a woman how to survive in the husband's house. That is the next stage you are going to. They teach you how to be a responsible leader. As a man, you become a leader of your home. And by the virtue of your discipline, integrity, you become a leader of a community. And so the first place is they teach you to be a leader in your house. Now, let me tell you another extended story so you'll understand. Just take the main point. Fix all of them up. Chukwokika Biama will guide you on the way. When I went to marry, at the end of the marriage, my father gave me an advice. And that advice was the only thing I need to succeed in my marriage. And he said to me, son, I want to tell you a story. There is a young man, very vibrant, very hardworking, very energetic and intelligent. His father called him one day and said, take these goats to the market and sell. And the young man set up for the market. Along the line, the goat refused to walk. And so this young man, being energetic and vibrant, dragged the goats all the way to the market. He got on the way and he was tired of dragging the goat. So he entered the nearby bush and picked up a cane, a very strong wood, and started hitting the goat. You must move. Come on, move. Boy. Come on, move. Boy. He hit the goat and hit the goat until when he got close to the market, he succeeded in killing the goat. And the goat is dead. Nobody will buy a dead goat in the market. And what did the boy do? He now carried the dead goat and put on his shoulder. And he now returned home crying. And when he came back home, the father said, oh, you came back so early, my son. Do you mean you've just sold the goat? The boy said, no. Then what happened? I killed the goat. How come? The boy say, when I got on the way, the goat refused to walk. So I pick up a wood and start hitting it, and then I killed the goat. And the father say, when the goat died, how did you bring the goat back home? The boy said, I have to put it on my shoulder. That is how I managed to bring it back home. And the father say, my son, you see, that is what you would have done in the first instance. When the goat start proving stubborn and he refused to follow you to the market, you would have picked up the goat and put it on your shoulder. Sell the goat and come back happily. My father said to me, son, women are goats. I'm not insulting them because your mother is a woman. Your sister is a woman. And you are going to have daughters someday, God willing. And your wife is a woman. And so I am not in any way insulting them. But you must see women as a goat. You will take them to the market. Along the line, they will prove stubborn. He said, don't kill them. Jack them and put them on your shoulder. They are your goat. Carry them on your shoulder. You will be able to take that goat to the market and bring them back home successfully. He said some advice to me also. Don't think coming to me, me and my wife are quarreling, me and my husband are quarreling. It's not going to help any of you. Your wife is your goat. Carry your wife on your shoulder. I didn't know the advice they give to my wife, but I don't think we have problem. I don't think. And I'm not complaining. I have no need to complain. And if I have 100 lifetime, I will marry the same woman 100 times over. Because I'm not a perfect man, neither is she. But at least we create allowance for each other's faults. Because we were both taught on how to manage our home. But some of you now, your husband come back. There is no pocket money, no food. He says, shameless man. You left since morning. Look at you. Shame on you. Woo! Don't you see Mama Caro? They cooked fried rice yesterday. Woo! You are idiot. You don't have sense. You don't have home training. But you think these things don't matter. They do matter. If you cannot control your home, which is the first line of defense of a community to a nation, how can you defend Biafra? And then you are a father. You go to work and you are coming back drunk, and your children and your wife are your punching back. You don't have home training. People like you are not supposed to be part of those who make a nation. You can't even defend your immediate family. Is it a nation you will defend? And now you know, indoctrination. They taught us to defend our family. They taught us to be a man and stand up in the face of danger. Don't you see our leader? His father crossed leg. Watch his son risk life itself. They were not panicking because they know what they put inside that guy. Properly inducted, not indoctrinated. They teach you how to defend your family and then how to defend your community. We were taught to defend our community. Today is no longer there. No sense of community again. Because it is your Yoruba pastors now that control your community, influenced by Nigerian government. That is why the government at the day will create their own volunteer who will kill you. Go to Anambra State, the government-owned security volunteer, or what do they call them? They are killing you more than armed robber. That is why Nigerian police and army are killing civilians more than armed robber. They are giving amnesty to Boko Haram, making them captains of industry and general in the army. But they are killing you who is a lawful citizen of the country. Because they were never taught, they do not know what it means to defend your nation. America understands this truth. That is why everybody in America is ready to die for America. Both those who are being marginalized in America, they are willing to die for America. Because they teach them a sense to love, to protect, and to die for your nation. If need be, you teach them. Fulani are teaching our Hausa children how to bomb themselves so they can be ruling them. It does work. That is indoctrination. We will stop at that too today. And in the next series, we continue from the other one. These are some of the things our ancestors did. That is why we have great men and women in the past who had no equal around the world. Are we going to talk about people like Chine Achebe? Can you ever see the like of Ejikono or Mbono? Are we going to talk about the likes of Simon Bakwe? Are we going to talk about the likes of Mazen Nandekano? Can you see breed like that of Uchemefo? Can I begin to tell you about Ikoju Wala? Forget about the Nigerian is influencing them. Have you not heard about great men and women like Dim Chukwemeka Dimego? Do you still remember people like Achuze and many other great men and women? People like Agun Yoroshi. Are we going to talk about Kaduna and Zogo? Forget about the fact that they are blackmailed. Are we going to tell you about men and women who were able to redesign the life they saw? They had their father guiding them, and they had a community backing with them. Today, who sent you? Today, who is still doing this? Today, who speaks and it comes to pass? Go back to your roots. Go back to your roots. You fear what you don't understand. Stop bringing Yoruba pastor or idiot pastor to break our Sharan. Go back to your roots. Stop importing alien culture to pollute our land. Go back to your roots. Stop behaving like a Oyibo man because you will never be a Oyibo man. Go back to your roots. Stop trying to behave like a Yoruba or Hausa Fulani because you can never be. Go back to your roots. We are Biafrans. And that is how it's supposed to be. We must become who we are, or else we will become who we are not. Like I said the last time I checked my record, I can only discover one truth there, and that is we are Biafrans. We are Biafran. We remain Biafran. The question is, are you a Biafran? Are you a Biafran? Are you sure you are a Biafran? Considering all or so much atrocity going on in our land, are you a Biafran at heart? Any moment from now, our line will be open. If you are a Biafran anywhere you are, and you are yet to join IPOB, maybe because you find it difficult to locate one, I'll encourage you to send us your name, your phone number, and your location to our WhatsApp line. The nearest coordinator will be there to direct you. Somebody have to defend our land. Somebody have to defend the dignity, the integrity of our ancestors. Somebody have to defend Biafra. And only those who know who their father is can be able to do that. I'll be back in a minute.
There are so many of them, and they are so exuberant, the Biafrans. Even the refugees sing, especially when they have just been told their homes have been recaptured and they can go back to them. They sing when they get their daily sleep.
You can't take away what God has brought for us. You can't take my life and say it's all over. The pain is in my heart. You killed us. Why you try to take my life? Why? This goes out to all the Biafran kids who were starved to death by the Nigerian government. By the Nigerian government for no reason. I say forgiveness is not in our dictionary. Nigeria must pay for this because we will not only remember the words of our enemy, but also the silence of our friends. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Oh, oh, oh.
Biafra was in the beginning, and Biafra has no end. A people of courage, of strong heart and spirit, who will not be punished, who cannot be oppressed, who will continue to fight until they hold freedom in their hands. Long live Biafra.
Biafra.
Yes, like I said, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070 815-45642. Our WhatsApp line, I repeat again, is 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614 is our direct line. And of course, the lines are open and you are free to call in. Yes, the caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Of course, the Zoo Epileptic Network, but we must continue. Our people must understand the need why you must go back to your roots. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Yes. Hello.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Because it has been a long time. I want to with you.
Then
Hello?
I will advise you send me a message on WhatsApp. I will follow it up from there.
Okay,
Send
but I
a
want to use
message.
this opportunity. So I want to use the opportunity to talk to our Ngwa brothers. I'm from Isi Alangwa, Isi Alangwa North local government area. So I want to use this opportunity to tell them to wake up from their slumber. Let them leave all these politicians alone. Let them leave OKC, Bazo, and Jinja alone. Let them just turn to Biafra. Our people, Ndengwa I am my unu. Now you're soon, you can't one okay. Do we see? There's a large, no more to go Mantega. Ever no, no move what Dico. Who but also Biafra, you can. So I hope I. Where hope I went in Nigeria. Nigeria disappointed, and I, Dico. Hello?
Thank you very much.
Wait, let my junior brother. My junior brother is an IPOB member.
Go ahead, please.
His name is Steve. Don't worry about it. Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother. Go ahead, please.
Because I want to speak with my dialect, sir.
Go ahead.
Because I'm ebe ọbụla nọ na unu pụta n'oge akara aka edula anyị agaghị nọ na mmiri ncha daa ya anya he na-ide ịhụ na Naịjirịa onye ọbụla dị inwe ile na ọ ga-ekwụsị ọ bụ ụgha adịghị nkwụsị ụbọchị kama ọ ga-ekawanye njọ ha anyị nwere ike imegbuo bụ ịpụtala igwe asị igwe bụ ike anyị pụtala igwe nweta ihe anyị chọwa hafụnụ ndị politishan adịghị akaweghị inyere unu ọ bụ nwanne unu nwoke dị ikwu Chisom Mosị from Umusu Kweziama Ntega biko nu ka anyị were n'ofu obi nweta ha anyị chọwa ndewonu.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must understand the truth cannot be overemphasized. If we are not prepared, if we do not understand who we are, if we are unable to explain what we represent, believe me, there is no need trying to fight to sieve that which does not have value to us. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on WhatsApp. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. My name is Onyibe. I'm calling from Ecom. I thank you so much for this wonderful topic this night. On this very topic of back to our roots, you have said it all. You have said it all in the sense that when we were inducted, we were told to do right from the wrong. But today, being indoctrinated, we have forsaken the way that our parents brought us up and started doing things that we can't even explain. For instance, in my hometown where I came from Abia State, in Akano Law, Obingwa. We are told that if you are going down and you see an old woman going up with a load, you have to help that old woman carry that load to her house. After you might have helped her in taking the load to her house, the old woman blesses you. Pray a lifetime prayer to you to bless you. There is no kind of good works, blessings that this woman will not pronounce upon your life. But today, because of we have been indoctrinated, you will see an old woman, you abuse that old woman. You will not help the old woman again. You will be seeing that old woman as a witch. It is not so. They have made us to be looking at those people the way we are not supposed to be seeing them. Even in the church, we have lived the way of the Lord as a disciple and going by the way of men. Because when it comes to the issue of speaking in tongues supposed to be a person's language. Because if not that it was a person's language, those that came from other tribes that, yes, they listened to these people and they were amazed. When the Spirit of God fell upon them, they talked about these people in their language, and about 3,000 men were baptized. Today, somebody will come and be speaking in tongues in the church. Nobody understands the language. Not even the pastor who is speaking in the tongue. Where are we going? We have forsaken our way. The way of our ancestors have been a way of peace, a way of wisdom and understanding. Today, we have been indoctrinated. We don't even understand our custom again. We don't understand our tradition again. We want to follow Onyibe custom and the tradition. While Onyibe is not ready to follow our ways. Please, Biafra, it's high time we go back to our roots. It will help us. We were told that even this bitter cola is a very big medicine. If you must have put bitter cola in your pocket, no matter the amount of bush that you have walked through, no kind of evil, neither snake nor any harmful animal will near you. They told us all those things. But today, Onyibe have come and we have been indoctrinated. It's high time we go back to our roots. Thank you so much, Mazi, for this wonderful service tonight. May Chukwu Kikabema continue to strengthen you and to give you that strength.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must understand where we are coming from in order to appreciate where we are going to. When you talk to a true elder, he listens to what you are saying. After explaining, he will say, what did your father say? And there is an adage in my place. They say, where Peking will get papa, they learn advice. Where papa, they train in Peking how to live. Now there where Peking will no get papa, they learn advice. It's all about relating back. What did your father tell you? What did your father tell you? That is why we talk, we're busy saying, oh, my pastor. See, who is your pastor? Who is your pastor? How many of them are moral? Governor, see, who is the governor? Tell me any governor in Nigeria that is not a tout. The presidency, who is the president? Tell me a president that is not supposed to be in jail as a war criminal. And these people do not have the moral to teach you. They don't have the moral to control your life. They are not moral men. This is the truth. It's bitter, but it remains the truth. Nigerian president from the beginning to the end, from the exception of few of them, like Goodluck and Sheniko and late Yaradua, others are war criminals. They will never come back if ICC is sincere. British government will be held alongside guilty with them. If European Union and UN will try the case of Biafra, are they the people who will advise you? People who want to kill a whole generation so they can be stealing oil? So who taught you what you think you know? The Nigerian state, and now you see where your problem is coming from. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, Mazi, I am here.
Good evening from here.
Mazi, may Almighty God bless you. My name is my man, Ugo Onyejaka. Mazi, originally I am from Amibo. Amibo is the home of the tiger. Amibo is the home of King Jaja of Opobo. Mazi, I am residing here in Washington, D.C., United States. I am the IPOB PRO here in United States. Mazi, I thank you for everything you've done, and I thank God for giving us Nnamdi Kanu as our supreme leader. Mazi, everything that you're saying, believe me, the call that I get back home, everybody is just trying to be Biafra. Everybody, it is arousing their morale, and everybody is joining every day. I thank you for what you're doing. Mazi, there is no, for a real Biafran, there is nothing that you can tell them, because this is what we were taught from when we were little. We were taught to respect humanity. And this is the reason why Biafra is the only solution. Biafra means equal opportunity. Biafra means equal right. Biafra means freedom of expression. Biafra means equal employment. Biafra means dignity for humanity. Biafra is the growth and development of your town. Biafra restoration is the only solution. So, Mazi, I want to use the opportunity again to tell people about our 2020 Freedom March that is coming in Washington, D.C. on June 20th. If you are coming from abroad, any part of the world, and you're coming to the United States, you're coming to Washington, D.C., I think it will be for your best interest to visit our website. That our website is IPOBinusa.org. IPOBinusa.org. When you enter the website, it will give you the direction, it will give you the information of whom to call. But I suggest for you to start now to make the arrangements. You got to call us here so that we can make a reservation for you. You have to call us so that we will make your life very meaningful. I am using this opportunity again to beg all our reverend fathers, to beg all the pastors that are Biafrans, for them just organize themselves and come, because this is the Freedom March. We are inviting everybody, irrespective of your belief, even if you're not a Biafran, and then you want to be a part of this freedom, then you have to call us and then be a part of this freedom movement. Maz, I thank you, and God will continue to bless you, and God will continue to bless our supreme leader. Let me give chance for other people to talk. Thank you, Maz.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Biafrans must understand this is the time to go back to your roots. If you fail to tell your history, you will not blame people for not respecting who you are. A lot of things are happening to us today, and not because they are supposed to happen to us, because we fail to stand up. Who told you what you are doing? Who said to you, where is your father? Go online. More than 90% of the history of Igbo man is written by Yoruba man. Go online. 100% of the history of a Jaw man, of Abo man, of Enugu man, of Akwa Ibom man is written by Yoruba man. What do they know about us? And how can they write about us? And our children are reading them. and they think that is who we are. What about what our father taught us? And now you know. Call on WhatsApp, are you there? Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network, but we must continue. Go back to your root, people of Biafra, because this is the beginning of the 7th pillar, 7 grace for our people. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, I'm here, man. Good evening, man.
Good evening from here. Your voice is a little bit faint, but go ahead.
Okay, I can hear you from here. Good evening, man. Onyibe. Good evening, fellow Biafra. My name is Obi Manuel Chibike. Mazi, thank you very much for this back to your root. Something that happened long time ago that I did not know how it happened. Whenever I listen to this back to your root, I will now be recalling, and now I will understand what happened. Mazi, growing up in my family with my sisters, there got to a time when I started to discover that my father and my mother is like they separated us among the boys and the girls. I began to wonder, when my elder sisters do something, my father will tell my mother, talk to your daughter. I began to ask her.
Then when you do something, your mother will say, I will tell your father. Go ahead, please.
Yes. I began to wonder, is it not the same father and the same mother are we? So I began to, now you are talking all this, and I begin to understand things that my sisters used to do before. When they are growing up, when they do it, my mother will be shouting at them. She will say, sit down where you're a woman. Do this, you're a woman. I began to wonder. But now you are telling us this story, I now know that this is the process of induction. At a stage, our father started taking us to kinsmen meeting. As very, very little, they take us there. You see my father quarreling with his brothers. You think that they are fighting, but at the end of the day, both of them come back home. We used to learn all these things. It is part of this induction. Mazi, back to your root is very, very good for us. Anybody that sticks close to his radio will learn a lot of lessons from this topic. Talking about those Yoruba pastors that they bring to in our village to remove, they say they're removing sham. In those days, those things they call sham is never a sham. These things are things our forefathers used to protect themselves for against all some certain things. But today I was watching something on YouTube. I see this thunder protection for electricity. In the ground, they dig ground and they put salt and charcoal inside and bury it.
If it's our ancestors now, they say, it's burying juju. But that one is not juju because it's a Igbo man that did it. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. Yes, I begin to wonder. So this is salt and charcoal. But if our forefathers do their own, maybe they will put bottle on the ground and put salt inside. People will be shouting. They don't worship all these things. They might put something there against a rabbit or against a rat and snakes. Those things, they know all the things that pursue one thing or the other. But nowadays, people misunderstand them and they call them evil. Had it been that there's no documentation now, in years to come, the pastors and the Yoruba pastors, they will be digging all this thunder protection and say that it's evil. Yes. Those days when we are small, there's this one medicine our mothers and our grandfather used to do against a convulsion. They will bring all this old key, this aluminum key, they will tie it with black rope. Any child that is having convulsion, when they put this thing on your neck, the old woman, the mother, the grandmother, because they say convulsion used to be afraid of old women, the mother will carry the child and be shouting, okay, you think you are strong, okay, come and fight me. Today I'm at home, come and fight. Before you know, the child will sleep. But today they say all these things are evil. Now our children now wear scapula. They call it scapula. They don't wear those things that pursue all those evil spirits anymore. But these days, thank you for teaching us back to your root. We must learn something from this program. And I want to talk to my fellow callers. If I'm wrong, just direct me. During this program, Mazi George Onyibe program, every evening, there is 2 sections. One is back to your root, then after back to your root, another one will come. He will come up with topics. So I advise our callers, my fellow callers, if it is time for back to your root, let us stick to that back to your root so that we will learn. I'm listening. Some people that talks, I learn from them, and we learn from each other. When it's another program, we'll call and discuss any other issue. Thank you very much,
Thank you. Actually, the reason I keep quiet is most of them are not even listening to the radio, but they know the time and they just want to call it. But having said so, our people must understand, how did our ancestors survive? If we don't love ourselves, there is no need fighting the enemy, because you become the enemy of yourself. And how can you love yourself if you do not appreciate who you are? Of course, if you look at the history now, it is trending. Every woman is cutting their husband particulars, pouring hot water on their husband. Oh, he touched woman, and then you pour hot water. He touched woman. This is because you don't have home training. I remember there was a story that was told. A woman hated the husband and wanted to kill the husband. He went back to the mother and said, "Mother, my husband is tormenting me and I want to kill him." The mother said, "You don't mean it." But the way things are now, if you kill your husband, everybody will know, the community will know you kill your husband. I will tell you what to do. And you will see. Will you kill your husband? Nobody will know. And it's the daughter said to the mother, "What is it, mommy?" Very anxious to know. And the mother said, "Go home. When your husband comes back, even though there is no food at home, come and take food. Prepare him good food. When he asks for water, give him milk. Just take care of him so that his mind will calm down. And then when people notice you people are not quarreling again, then you can kill him. Nobody will suspect you then." And the woman started taking care of the husband. And the husband was like, am I dreaming? Why is this woman behaving like this? And the husband started watching. 1 week later, the man said, my wife has changed you. And he, in return, when he's coming back from work, he buy wrapper, he buy good things for the wife. And the wife who were complaining, "Oh, my husband don't take care of me, my husband do this," begin to see the man show love. In less than 1 month, the woman went home and said, "Mommy, I don't want to kill my husband again." That is our ancestors. That is our ancestors. But of course, you will not understand. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Hello,
yes, good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. My name is Mazi Osam Dagwike, calling from Ulster. Mazi, I am happy for what you were saying tonight about going back to where we were before the white man came. But that is not what I want to say now. I have a point I want to raise now, Mazi.
Go ahead, please.
Concerning our people, because of what happened, I watched all the video, all the things that happened at our leader's house. And then I asked myself, if this thing that happened to our leader, Parent Eberia, was not done by only Afari Beko, Kingsmell, maybe or what they call, so ever they call it. If it's only done by, if it's only the IPOB worldwide that did that very thing, I hereby calling for the closure of Omunna meeting in diaspora. Let it be only in the village. This Omunna meeting they are doing here in abroad, I'm calling for the closure of it, Mazi. Because I don't see it again. Our people do join those meetings because if something happens, maybe they will take my cups home. Let everybody go and join IPOB. If the IPOB don't know what to do to close that meeting, I know I would help them. I know what to do. And that meeting will be closed down. Everybody will go and join IPOB. I'm talking of the people in diaspora. That is my point I want to raise, Maz. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your point is noted. Caller on the line. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network, but we must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? You know, sometimes you have so much call that the phone itself cannot manage the call coming in again. But then we must continue. Biafrans across the globe must understand that there is a need for us to understand who our fathers really are, why they fought against Nigeria, why they want to be alone. You must understand why they did everything they did. You know their stance, and then you can be able to function. Caller on the line, are you there?
Sir, good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Just, I just want to call this night.
That is, I hope this is a woman, because that is the female line.
You say?
I hope you are a woman.
I call in the morning.
Sorry, that line is female line, not male line. Sorry for that. Caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I want to be agreeing from here. My name is Confessing.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi. Yeah, Mazi. Every protocol is observed. Mazi, your program is very nice, like always, and we wish that our people could be listening and putting it in practice and watching everything you are teaching us, because I think, like I always say, it is one of the best programs we've ever had, and it must be in our archive till the end of time. Mazi, I don't want to do much. I just want to inform our brothers and sisters here in Europe, those of them living in diaspora who wish to go to America. Like my beloved brother Ugonye Jaka said, the website is with me. Bridget has sent it. And if you are in any of the platforms here in Europe, what do you call it? Sunrise or platform or Israel. So I will place it there now, and then the channel and everywhere. So if you want to go, you will copy the link. The link is there. Everything is there. You watch it and how to do everything. Or if you have submitted your passport via your information via your national coordinator, I will place the other information about the hotels are booking, because there's a hotel for all of us that we can contain all of us according to Bridget and people are involved. They send it. I will place it in these platforms now. Please take note of this. It's very important. Onyibe, thank you for I remain okay for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. And I wonder why you are calling me on video call. And that is bad thing to do. Caller on WhatsApp.
Hello, George Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, please.
George Onyibe, can I do I know Numbob na Radio Biafra. So my afam Buchibika is a job for more about Enugu State. On your Gunta. After I join IPOB. Maybe Mnaka.
You will send me your name, your phone number, and your location on this line. I'll pick it up from there. Send me your name, your phone number, and your location.
Okay, sir. George Onyibe, can I do 9 and no Numbabuna? Tina Gabun, especially George Mazin Nam de Cano, only saying, I can all Ramon around. I am a pioneer. No, Titi Nigeria, no one. I am from one Uzo John. Was an I need to animal. So, Mana, so bad, Tina Kanyaka, Unu, what I'm Biafra, goddamn. So, I shall be buying whatever, Ndochan, and a half, and I about to. What I asked. I like it. I would like you, like your and I would do that for 7 hours. I can't have a so man, I do a chinek and I got them 1 or 1. So him one day, Kubana, or one at Hannah to Kobido. Yabi on your banana, or Boban, Yabi Boban on your banana. Make it start where you start. So that I've on airport, Anna, and the man, bomb plane, a bomb boy, airport, a bomb boy. So I don't find them. So I got it free. So because now Ogano no na Nibu Canada. And that's how when they feed no what if I get me. More Yoruba. I'm not Ogano ni Yoruba. Ni Anibo. All the road today because now half feeling now. Haga done someone out. We put up with the
No, they brought war to our land, kill our people.
Yes.
That is why they are hungry for war. Anything, they are carrying AK-47. But this time, it will rain in Lagos. It will rain in Kano.
Yes.
It will rain in Sokoto. If we rain everywhere, any Nigerian has placed their foot. This is one thing they should be ready for.
I get destroyed one by one because now, once the fight starts, start anywhere stand. Let the fight start there, so that just not that no dog. So Chineke ga-abụ ume anyị na-ekele Nnamdi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu mbọsị anụ 14th February ọ nụrụ mmịa ọ gara nke ọma so anyị nụrụ anyị na-ege redio na-enekwa na pepa fụkwa na nwere ife menụ anyị fụchara ebe ndị mmadụ gbakọrọ ma Peter Obi ma Victor Ume ma Beribe onye nke anyị na-ekwusa eziokwu ndị ọzọ niile dos banda and go ha na-eme na House of Assembly ndị ara ukwu na ndị ara nta claim they did no so ma Chineke ga-eji n'ụwa rụọ anyị ọrụ onye ga-adị mma n'ime anyị onye agha tupu oke bịa m ise George Onyibe ekene nge.
Good night from here. Yes, a caller on the line.
Onyibe, good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. My name is Amayu Oji. I'm calling from Aba. Mazo, permit me to speak my dialect to my people. Please.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Ndebe ana m ekele unu. Na mbụ ana m ekele ụmụ Biafra. Nna sị Chineke gọzie unu n'aha Jizọs Kraịst. Onye isi anyị bụ Nnamdi Kanu. Obi na-atọ m ụtọ ọ nọ ugwu. Ana m ekele onye isi anyị ebe ọ dị ukwuu. Oge mbụ mgbe m nọ na Lagos, nickname m na-aza bụ Biafra. 1989, 90, 91, 92, 93. Ebe m na-azụ ahịa oge ahụ bụ Wafra Biafra. So mgbe anyị nọ ebe ahụ, mpụta ha ahịa, a ga-akpọ m Biafra ị pụtala masị yes. Amaghị m dat na o nwere onye ga-apụta stand for ụmụ Biafra. Ezigbo obi tọrọ m ụtọ mgbe m nwetara m hụrụ onye dịka Nnamdi Kanu. And ruo oge adịghị asị na ejidere ya ụbọchị ahụ nwanne m nwoke erighị m ihe ọ dị m ka mmadụ nwụrụ n'ebe m gara ruo ebe a ma ga-achọrọ onye nwoke ọ dị nwoke ga ma jụọ ya nna legbu ya m na-anụ ya sị m na ọhịa ahụ ka ya na-anụ ụbọchị ahụ erighị m ihe throughout dịka otu o si dị m n'obi. First of all, awụ m onye Ada ka m kọwa ebe m si. Ada ọ nọ na Afikpo South Local Government. Eji m ohere a na-akpọ ndị Ada ndị nọ na ebe ọbụla dị iche iche. Ndị Ada ụnụ pụta n'igwe. Agha lụrụ 1967 Ada lụrụ agha ahụ. Lụsie ya ike ebe ahụ ka agha lụrụ oge ahụ ọ dị too much na Ada. M na-ekele ụmụ Biafra, m na-ekele ndị Ada, ha bụ ike pụta. Ada anaghị ekwe anyị bụ ndị ọgụ. Esi n'ọwa ọgụ ịbata na Ada, a ga-emecha gị and anyị dara agba last. George Onyibe, m na-ekele unu. Our deputy director, m na-ekele ya. Ọ wụ dimkpa saa. Ana m ekele ya jide nke oji. Ọntị mgbe anyị ga-ahụ n'ihu n'ihu, anyị ga-ekwe n'aka. Onye isi m Nnamdi, ịbụ nwoke 20, nna jide nke iji gawa n'iru onwe ihe na-eme gị. Ndewonu. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Call on WhatsApp.
Okay, I'm holding.
Call on WhatsApp. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, dear friends. My name is Nnamdi. I would like to talk with my dialect, Aumonye, Imo State.
Go ahead.
Imo State, uneluzukola hope. Nnamdi Echere. Onye ZDB Emekuku. I'm surprised. Maybe onye owere not from already Biafra when with him she maybe only way not or way zone no be way zone malunda no lundolo anu be molundo zone only with him well then me my auntie from my maternal home onyo bazum jeri auntie your one na geko asha onye nwata wali agwa ya gbajema ukun imunne auntie my Biafra also muna gekwo onye my maternal home wo obazum jeri ohun ike nwa ọbazum jeri so ndị ọbazum jeri anakwa eju ohere na-agwa nnọchi jisie n'ike ba Biafra IPOB family anywhere hụrụ onwe gị Biafra si iwe onye Owerri igwe onye Imo steeti ịwụ nwa afọ Biafra baa nọ IPOB family. This is the only way. It is the only way out of this. I'm encouraging everybody ozukọ anyị because asị agbakọ aka nyụ mmanya ya gba ofufu ana m achọ ka onye ọbụla baa Biafra. And I'm talking from Turkey here. I'm based in Turkey here. So I'm very happy to join Biafra family in Istanbul. And I can other people encouraged. Let them join Biafra family anywhere in the world. With one voice, we can conquer them, I believe. And the only with them say, "Amam, only say all is too soft for me. All is too soft." After watching more, video him Biafra or the only with them. Any them need reality just say all talk bido. If we can get, if only we go anywhere, natural way, you go back to zoo, but that one was here. They want a man.
The gentility of a lion is not a sign of weakness. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, yes, sir. Then all these court and abala. Let us go and kill those Fulani people. Which this argument is mega baggy. Jebabu ndebabu negia. Ndeburu makupugi, ndebu pakupugi. Jebu all the kind of people I talk, I wouldn't know imo and any guaru. Jenu Jebabu finally, apart with court governor Yan. Animal Imo State member election, no worry, or Imo State as a whole voted massively for making you do court and a black woman say only about photo. I know you school self. I know you school. I know even I see I know you school. Okay, I know mathematics. Only about a photo and one single seat at House of Assembly. I get you win that day. Thank you I'm very happy to talk to the family today, and I'm encouraging every youth. If I say one for or one Imo State, join IPOB family anywhere near you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Yes, caller on the line.
Hello.
Good evening from here.
Hello. Hello.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Of course, this is where we draw the curtain for this segment. Biafrans across the globe must understand. If we are telling you to go back to your root, that means there is something we want you to see that you are not seeing. We cannot explain it to you in any better way other to tell you to go back to your root. Something will happen. Something will happen. I do not expect you to understand. I simply say go back to your root. We are Biafrans, we remain Biafran, and we are here to ensure that the sovereign state of Biafra is restored. I will be signing off temporarily. Of course, I'll still be back in no time. Still in the spirit of mourning, remain focused. If you are a Biafran anywhere in the world, we are on another stage. You are supposed to be hearing from us. Be ready to do the needful, because Nigeria must be obliterated from the face of this planet Earth. This is our mission, to destroy this evil enclave called Nigeria and save the prisoners free. Goodbye for now.
Biafra, Aina Sigilanudo. Loluku Kanu, Aina Sigilanudo. Mama Ndi Biafra, Aina Sigilanudo. Lolo Meme, Aina Sigilanudo. Mama Ndi Biafra, Aina Sigilanudo. Mamuku Biafra, Aina Sigilanudo. Mpụta n'ụtụtụ ka m saa ahụ, ndị enyi m wee kpọwa m n'ekwentị m si m di anyị ị na-anụkwu ife m na-anụ, nsị fọ gịnị mere akwa na-ayọ, nsị ha Jubril ọlago Sudan ye Lai Mohammed ye ọgbanwe gafa ya, ọsị m onye mpompo ihe mwute mere anyị o, ndị izu egbugo mmụọ ha ma dike wetie okokokoko, kedu ka mmadụ si nọrọ be ya n'ọgbụ onwe ya. Mama Ndị Biafra, anyị na-asịgịla n'udo. Lọlụ ukwu Kanu, anyị na-asịgịla n'udo. Mama Ndị Biafra, anyị na-asịgịla n'udo. Lọlọ Meme, anyị na-asịgịla n'udo. Mama Ndị Biafra, anyị na-asịgịla n'udo. Mama ukwu Biafra, anyị na-asịgịla n'udo. Ife nwụta melụ anyị o, mama IPOB n'ọnwụgo, mama Ọhamadike nọ na-agụ mmụọ, ọ bụ gịnị ka ị ga-eme? Ịma ọ bụrụ na a na-asụ ndị azụ, IPOB ga-atụ ego zụta